Hello everyone. Today we are going to read a lesson, Two Sides of Life, written by Booker T. Washington. We are going to read the beautiful lesson which emphasizes on life. How as a human being we look at a life and actually how we have to see the life. To understand the life, the role of a teacher, the role of a teacher's life. How a teacher can mold a student's life as a student spends most of their time at school rather than at home. Each and every word and action of a teacher is absorbed by the students and influences the students. When I was in my 10th standard, my English teacher appreciated me saying, I write very good answer sheet, exact answer which the question demands. I do remember her saying, God has created men and women, but universal truth is man is above the woman. I do respect her thought. Yes. Now, student keeps their teacher's word throughout their life, good or bad. Unless and until the students respect their teachers, they won't success in life. As a teacher, it is the right and demand that each and every student should respect the teacher. In this lesson, Booker T. Washington discusses two sides, the bright side and the dark side of life. We have people who see the dark side, and we do also have the people who see the bright side. Here, both make a mistake. In school, students are taught to see the bright side, read well, study well, be good person, take good opportunities in life. To be successful person, what if failure comes? What if failure comes? Life is unpredictable, so better mold the student to face the life with courage, strength, and help ourselves to come out of any situation. According to the writer, it is better to see the brighter side, happier side, and spread cheer all round. It is all about a person look at the life. Take two people who get up in the morning that is overcast with shadow, a damp, wet, rainy, uninviting morning. Now, one of these person will see the morning as being gloomy, will speak of the mud puddles about the house of rains and all of the disagreeable features. The second person, the one who has schooled himself to see the bright side of life, the beautiful things in life will speak of beauties that are in the raindrops, the freshness of the newly bathed flowers, shrubs, and trees. He will find something attractive in the scene outside of doors, and will discover something in the gloomy morning that will cheer him. Be that person who sees the bright side, who is more liked by all the people whom people will like to see when the hours are dark and when everything seems to be discouraging. Now, let's go through the lesson. About the writer, Booker T. Washington was born into slavery and rose to become a leading African American intellectual of 19th century. He founded Tuskegee Normal and Industrial Institute in 1981 and the National Negro Business League 2 decades later. He was an American educator, author, orator, and advisor to several presidents of United States between 1890 and 1915. Washington was dominant leader in African American community and of the contemporary black elite. His life and industry are the hallmark of his personality. About the speech, Washington had the habit of delivering practical, straightforward Sunday evening talks to the students and teachers for many years in Tuskegee Institute. These addresses have had much to do with the building of the character of his race, for they are very forceful explanation of character building. He has put into them his whole moral earnestness, his broad common sense, and his eloquence. His utterness have been put together in a volume called Character Building. Two Sides of Life is a speech from this popular book, with all the above describing qualities abundant in it. Booker T. Washington discusses two sides: the bright side of life, though many more divisions are possible. Like the two sides of life, even people are of two classes: those who see only the bright side and others who only see the dark. Both are likely to make mistakes by seeing only the one side of the two. Here they try to their best to send out the students with skills to see the bright side. Both the teachers and the students tend to make mistakes, but it is good to see the strength. It is good to see the happier side more and spread cheer all round. There are quite a number of divisions into which life can be divided, but for all the purposes of the evening, I am going to speak of two: the bright side of the life and the dark side. In thought, in talk, in action, I think you will find that you can separate life into these two divisions: the dark side and the bright side, the discouraging side and the encouraging side. You will find too that these are two classes of people, just as they are two divisions of the subject. There is one class that is schooling itself and constantly training itself to look upon the dark side of life, and there is another class made up of people who are consciously or unconsciously constantly training themselves to look upon the bright side of the life. Now, it is not wise to go too far in either direction. The person who schools himself to see the dark side of life is likely to make a mistake, and the person who schools himself to look only upon the bright side of life, forgetting all else, also apt to make a mistake. Now, withstanding this, I think I am right in saying that a person who accomplish most in this world, those to whom, on account of their helpfulness, the world looks most for services. Those who are most useful in every way are those who constantly seeing and appreciating the brighter side as well as the dark side of life. You will sometime find two persons that get up in morning, perhaps morning that overcast with shadow, damp, wet, rainy, uninviting morning. And a person of this person will speak of the morning as being gloomy, will speak of the mud puddles about the house, of the rain, and all of the disagreeable features. The second person, the one who has schooled himself to see the bright side of the life, the beautiful things in life, will speak of the beauties that are in the raindrops and the freshness of the newly bathed flowers, shrubs, and trees. Not withstanding the gloomy and generally disconsolate appearance of things, he will find something attractive in the scene out of the doors and will discover something in the gloomy morning that will cheer him. Suppose that you see this same two person eat their breakfast, perhaps they will find out that the rolls are bad, but the coffee is excellent. If the rolls are poor, it is great, but the coffee is excellent. If the rolls are poor, it is great deal better in such a case to get into the habit that you will find pays from every standpoint of being able to forget how unpalatable they are. and to let your thoughts dwell upon good and satisfactory coffee. Call the attention of your neighbor at the table to the excellence of the coffee. What is the result of that kind of schooling? You will grow upon to an individual whom people will like to see coming near them, an individual to whom people will go for encouragement when the hours are dark and when everything seems to be discouraging. According to the writer, every life has two sides, one dark side and other the brighter side. We can say that they have many shades of life, but the writer has taken two. Okay. And each and every person has their own way to look at the life. If a person is seeing the brighter side or a person is seeing just a dark side, both make a mistake. But according to the writer, it is better to see the brighter side of the life so that you can be happy and make the people around you also happy. Thank you. Do like and subscribe to my channel.